Howdy, 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 everyone. My name's Woody, and welcome to the second day of the Clash of Clans Clan War Leagues, live here in the ESL Arena. We are going to be watching One Hive today, one of the greatest clans in all of Clash of Clans. They won their war yesterday and are on their way this first week to try to get another victory. They've got some tough competition today, but they are bringing the biggest armies. They've got the best bases, and we are going to see some great clashing today, brought to you by myself and my lovely co-commentator, Mr. Klaus.
Lovely co-commentator. Thank you. That's a colorful description. Guys, today is going to be an absolute blast. We're going to be seeing, again, like Woody said, some of the best attacks that you will ever see as One Hive tries to get in and win their second win in a row in the CWL Season 2. Remember, there are 7 rounds, and of course, they're looking to take the victory, get as many league medals and stars as possible so that they can get hammers and whatever else you can get from the Clan War Leagues. It's an amazing opportunity for people to advance quickly in the game, as well as enjoy some stiff competition in the game.
8 clans enter, 1 clan leaves. I am really excited to see how these guys perform today because it's very enlightening with my own Clash of Clans experience. I get to learn some great attacks, and like you mentioned, the better you perform in Clan War Leagues, the more rewards you can get. With these new league medals, you can unlock some hammers to instantly upgrade all sorts of different stuff in your base, but it doesn't just stop there. You can get free resources. You can get a nice little decoration for your base if you make it to the very top with the big dogs here. We have currently got One Hive in Champions League 3, and if they're in the top 2 this week, they will advance up into Champions League 2. No easy task, though. They've got some tough competition today. Their opponent, loosely translated, is 70s and 80s, Klaus.
Yeah, 70s and 80s, their opponent. Remember that everybody that is currently in Champion League 3 won their previous matchup. So they're winners. Everyone's winners here, and we're going to see who's the winners of the winners. And I think that will continue. We're going to continue to see a growing, advancing pyramid of competition. The bases are going to get better. The attackers are going to get better. The names of the clans are even going to get better, as we'll see here in just a moment. We got some pretty good ones this season. But guys, it's going to be an absolute blast, and I'm really looking forward to getting into the action soon.
Hell yeah, let's get into it. So y'all know that the more stars you get, the more chance you have of winning, but we've got some more questions for you out there in the big land of Twitter. Over at Clash of Clans, we've got our first question. It's been up for a little while now, and it is, what is Woody's favorite army composition? So I've been playing Clash of Clans for about 4.5 years, and I have slowly developed some preferential treatment towards certain army compositions. Klaus, why don't you go ahead and read off those 4 armies for us?
Your 4 armies, by the way, that's at Woody_CR. Follow him over on Twitter. His options are, if you want to follow him on Twitter, the options are Lalo, Bowitch, Goblins and Wallbreakers, or Queen Walk Miner. Which one is it? It's up to, well, it's up to him to decide, but it's up to you to vote and try to guess which one do you think it is for a chance to win 2,000 gems. 2,000, right?
Yep, it's 2,000, and if you want a chance to win those gems, you do have to retweet the poll. So get in there, retweet fast, because we've got another poll coming out later tonight toward the end of the stream, so stay tuned for that one. But nevertheless, that's the first poll. I think it's time to get into some more information about what's going on today. So let's show you the groups that we've got competing. In this group, One Hive is toward the bottom there. They've only fought 1 war, and they're going to have the rest of their attacks left today. So we expect them to move up a little bit later, but who else is going to be competing in this group with One Hive?
Well, I mean, first of all, One Hive is at the bottom right now because they are so kind as to hold their attacks for us.
They're at the very bottom now.
Wow.
They just switched to number 8.
I didn't know that updated live. That's amazing. So now they're in the 8th place. So we're going to see them skyrocket up into the leaderboards here. One thing to note, 70s and 80s, they're in 6th place. That's who they're up against today. The Whoop Whoop, actually tomorrow's competitor, they're actually in 3rd, but there's a lot of steep competition today, a lot of steep competition going forward for the rest of the week. Looking forward to seeing One Hive advance and grow and end up in 1st place. That's what we're expecting. That's what we're hoping for.
Well, fingers crossed on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rounds. You can see round 1, which took place yesterday, right here on this same channel. If you want to check that video out, it was right here. One Hive defeated a clan we're calling Living the Dream. In round 2 today, they're going up against 70 and 80. So they've only got 4 stars right now because they've only used a couple of their attacks. Their opponents have actually used all of their attacks so far. So if One Hive manages to get just 29 stars, they will be victorious today. Yesterday, they got 32, so I think there's a pretty good chance that they're going to be able to pull it off, Klaus.
We always want to see a victory. We want to see One Hive do as well as they possibly can, and we know that they're capable of a lot. They're champions, and it's something to consider. Hey, we already know what we need to get, 28 stars. They need to get 2 stars on every matchup to win. So we're going to start seeing some. I'm assuming. I don't want to put words or strategies into their mind or mouth there, but they're going to be hitting that town hall hard, and they're going to be just wiping out the base as much as possible.
Absolutely. Well, to that end, why don't we go ahead and get started? The first attack is now underway. We have Neon Waves, one of the leaders within One Hive. She's a power lifter and is an attorney, so she's definitely got some tricks up her sleeve. She must have been preparing for this attack for a very long time. She's the number 15 attacker, so we might just expect her to be the least powerful attacker here, but it's all about brain over brawn here. Isn't that right, Klaus?
Absolutely. They're all Town Hall 12s. As you can see there, the heroes are maxed out. The troops are, well, the miners and the healers are maxed out. So the main portion of the attack is maxed. And it is something to consider also. She's an attorney and a power lifter. So I wouldn't want to mess with her. I don't know about you, Woody, but this is I'm really afraid for this base right now. That's just the bottom line here. I'm worried for this base, which is good.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Get waylaid.
I'm right there with you. And you know, the reason we mentioned that is it takes a lot of effort to be successful in both of those, you know, in that profession and in that avocation, you could say. Being a power lifter, she said that she was able to lift 275 pounds. So definitely is going to be doing some heavy lifting on this base as well. Barbarian King toward the bottom there, getting sniped by the enemy Archer Queen. But it looks like the heroes have done a dent in this base so far. The majority of this attack is now in the base. We're going with miners over on the right side. Klaus, what are we seeing?
We're seeing a lot of two dragons coming out of that defending clan castle. That is a deadly combination, one that we'll probably see more often than not here against this particular clan. I'm also assuming that the queen is going to be able to handle them, hopefully. So that one goes down, the other one goes down. Meanwhile, we've got miners all over the place. Notice the giant bombs all over the bottom right-hand side. That is what I would call that a troll giant bomb section there. You know how we usually have troll Teslas? That is troll giant bombs, putting them all in one place, catching the attacker off guard, and that looks like that's what happened here. Neon Waves finishing this attacker, you know, it's still going, of course, but she's got the 2. I don't think she has a chance of grabbing that 3-star, though. Yeah,
still quite a bit of base left here, but nevertheless, Neon Waves getting trapped over here on this right side. You can see all 5 of those big old bombs going off and decimating those poor miners. Heal spell placement is very important for miners, and you got to have quick reaction time, something that's very difficult when 27 things are happening all at once in your base. Nevertheless, Neon Waves with a 66% wiped out 2/3 of those structures, and that's it, the first one.
Oof, I just looked back and Neon Waves grabbed 67% yesterday and then got 66% today. So let's hope that we're able to see some advancements going along with Neon Waves going forward. And actually, here we go. We have the dragons under poison spell wreaking havoc while the miners were hitting those walls of giant bombs all over the place. Even if you have miners under heal, if they're hitting double giant bombs, it's going to be rough for them to make it through. So that was definitely what you would call troll giant bombs.
Yeah, well, the miners did a pretty decent job. If they hadn't run into those bombs, there might have been a better chance at reaching those 3 stars. You know, the miners really like going up against single target infernos, which can't do very much against them. They like taking out those big, heavy point defenses, but whenever they run into bomb towers, giant bombs, wizard towers, this can really cause some destructive challenges for them. But nevertheless, we're already ready to jump into attack number 2. It's going to be coming from Tricky.
Tricky. He is an ultimate Frisbee pro. He's actually gone in and won some titles here and there, so that's really an interesting side fact about Tricky. But here, one of his favorite attacks actually being the Electrone, and that's what we're seeing here, folks. We had a battle blimp with a clone spell or 2, or 3, I think it was 2 there. It just really gutting the base, taking out a quarter, 25% of the base before the actual Lalo attack went underway there. And also something to consider is, if you look at the bottom, guys, the blue flames, power potion in play. Tricky going all out on this attack. He should, because he's being watched by millions upon millions.
Maybe billions of people. Billions, the entire Earth is watching right now, right?
Entire planet.
Well, Tricky is a Liverpudlian, just like the Beatles, so you can imagine he's going to be working really hard to rock the socks off of his opponent here. He's not just going to let this base be. He's really going in deep with a Lava Hound attack, going straight for those air defenses at the left side. He spells helping up the balloons as well to try to destroy anything that could stop this aerial assault, but it's looking like there's still quite a bit left on defense here. Klaus, what's the chance of a 3-star now?
Yeah. You know what I'm seeing here? I'm seeing a whole bunch of balloons. I'm seeing only 1 Hound and 2 air defenses, though. So unless he is really clever with what I was about to say, the Warden ability, which is perfectly timed, I think, considering the Inferno Tower's effect on those balloons, and that free spell I think it's possible he'll get that triple, but I'm afraid, actually, you know what? That sweeper down there might be a pretty big factor. Now, if, for instance, there we go, that Archer Tower goes down. If that Inferno goes down, and if that sweeper stays up, had that Archer Tower gone down, this Warden could have possibly gotten the 3-star because the Warden's range is longer than the Wizard Tower, but that Archer Tower is probably going to shut us down here.
Dang, really super close, 80% and still going strong here. Tricky's run out of balloons though, and like you said, that's going to cause a lot of difficulty for trying to tear this base down. Looks like the poor Grand Warden has wandered within Wizard Tower range after all.
Yeah, for a minute there, he wanted to follow the pups or the minions, I think. So he was thinking about it, and he's like, now we'll go after this Wizard Tower after it's too late. It's too late, Warden.
Own thing, Warden, come on. Well, he is taking fire for the Archer Tower, which is probably actually a good result for him. I don't want to say it's over quite yet. It's not looking too good, but yeah, I guess 15 seconds. Oh man, with that air bomb going off, it's definitely over.
That air bomb just shut those minions and pups down, taking out like 10 or 20 at once. That was brutal, man. That was brutal. But now we're kind of hanging out here watching the very last portion of the stack. Notice they always let these attacks run all the way down because every percentage counts, and that was a really solid percentage, 97% for Tricky.
Drop an oof in chat if you've ever had a high 90% 2-star. Coming really close to that triple, but just couldn't pull it off this time. Nevertheless, a great attack and a good example from Tricky at what you want to look for. That Electron getting exactly what he was trying to do there in the bottom center section of the base, but just a little bit short of 3.
That was an example of an attack that was made to look easy, actually, because for one, the Electron, the cloned Electro Dragons, wiping out a quarter of the base. On top of that, the heroes able to get that Town Hall. There was a lot of funneling that went into that we didn't really see, we didn't really highlight. But one Wizard hero there, that's what allowed those heroes in there and grab that 2nd star.
Let's take a quick look at the 3rd attack now from Scorpion, the number 13 player from One Hive. Hit earlier today with Miners as his main thrust of his attack. Mass Miners can deal, like we saw earlier, a lot of damage, especially if you're going up against single target Infernos, 2 of which I see in the defender Roham's base.
Scorpion's YouTube channel, Scorpion Gaming One Hive. If you want to see more content from this guy, he is a attacking pro and of course a content creator there too. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he's able to pull off some attacks here. You can see he's coming in with the blue flamed. Once again, that power potion, gotta love it. Miners. So Wall Wrecker heading into the Town Hall. I'm thinking likely we're going to see Valkyries in that Wall Wrecker. It's either that or balloons. That seems to be the favorite for One Hive here. They'll grab the Town Hall, and then we'll see some Miners flood down this base.
Nice rage spell right on top of where that Wall Wrecker was at to make sure that the Valkyries get their damage in there, but I'm a little bit worried about these dragons that just popped out of the CC. Klaus, I'm thinking that there's not very much in this army composition to take them out. Is the poison spell going to be enough here, or are we relying on the Grand Warden to finish
it's going to be close. It's going to be close, and it looks like they're... Oh, that just goes down. The Grand Warden manages to take out that the final dragon. I believe the first one did, in fact, go down to the poison spell, so that was nice. But now we have a moment where it's all up to the Miners. Both heroes are down. The Warden uses his ability. He has 3 heal spells, though. It's all about where he's able to use those heal spells. The Queen actually isn't that big of a problem for Miners. As you can see, she went down really, really quickly. But I'd like to see where he uses these other heals to maybe make the final push into the to the 3rd star.
Well, we saw him use that Grand Warden ability right before that Eagle Artillery was about to demolish those Miners, so good job keeping them up for a little bit longer. Unfortunately, though, they kind of forked off into 2 different directions, and it's never good when your Miners are forking off. You definitely want to keep them kind of all in the same path. You do want a little bit of spread to make sure that they can target different buildings, but if they're all going on to different directions, then you got to use your heal spells a little bit inefficiently. Your Grand Warden starts to get distracted, doesn't know which group to follow, and well, as a result, you can see here we have another 69% hot and sweaty effort here from Scorpion, but not going to be able to pull off the victory this time. 2 stars, not, a total defeat here. And if everyone in One Hive gets 2 stars, that would be a victory over 70 and 80. But of course, they're always trying to grab that 3, Klaus.
Of course, every star counts, and we've said this many a time, but I think it needs to be repeated for anybody new here in the stream today. We have a situation, a system where every star counts from beginning to end for every clan. You're up against every clan. You're not up against just the one clan of the day. You want to have more stars than everybody else, and especially you want to win those wars for that extra 10-star bonus that you get for winning. That will add up really, really nicely as well.
Well, Klaus, if you want to see some carnage, I have got that in store for you next. Chubs, the number 12 attacker for One Hive, is going up against the biggest, the strongest, the ultimate number 1 defender from the enemy clan. 70 and 80 is going to be hit with a bowler, but mostly with these 27 miners. I think the Queen Walk is going to be an interesting segment of this attack, though. Tell me a little bit about what a Queen Walk is, please.
Well, look at this. First of all, that bowler damage is actually possibly going to take out that mortar. That's that one bowler you wanted to highlight there. That was beautiful. But that Queen Walk here is, he was hoping would follow that wall wrecker, or possibly it was part of the funnel. You never know what these guys are really thinking during their attacks. They're a million miles ahead of us as we're watching, because they have the entire attack, the entire plan settled in their mind. But it looks like they're that wall wrecker, holding likely Valkyries, possibly balloons, but you never know what they've got, is going to be key in taking out the air defense and saving that Queen Walk from losing all of her healers. Also, looks like the Queen, okay. Queen, why did you turn around?
I was asking what a Queen Walk was. We got to let our friends out there know if they don't have the Queen unlocked yet, or they're still trying to figure it out. Whenever you get an Archer Queen with a big group of healers like that, she's able to do a ton of damage. She has a really long range and can eliminate a bunch of different buildings, and sometimes even take out the defending CC, as you see her trying to do here. That Lava Hound about to pop, and there go the pups. They finish her off early, and unfortunately, Chubs is having a bit of difficulty over here on this left side, finishing off the CC troops. Still has a wizard, but that Grand Warden is about to go down, and these miners aren't going very far either.
Ooh, the miners hitting
bombs.
Giant bombs like crazy.
Oh my God.
And by the way, if anybody out there is, you know, not quite in that mode in the game where you can unlock the Queen, you can still have a walk. One of the most popular lower level attack strategies is giant healer. You put some healers on your giants, you lead them into the base with some wall wreckers and throw some wizards behind, and you've got yourself a beastly attack. But back to what we had, Chubs with a 50%. You guys saw the giant bomb, the troll giant bombs. I'm telling you, that is a theme of the day so far. How many bombs did they hit in the middle there? It was at least 3 at once, like simultaneously.
Goodness. Way too many, and they deal a ton of damage to those miners. It's especially harmful whenever your Grand Warden gets taken out early. Bit of a misplay there from Chubs, but you can never really know where those bombs are at until you make your attack. Oftentimes in Clan Wars, you get 2 attacks in normal Clan Wars, so you get a chance to kind of scout and figure out where those traps and defenses are, but not this time. Chubs left with just 50%, and he actually marched on home with a free spell still in his army camp there.
It's one of my favorite things about CWL. It's so unpredictable. It isn't like a standard war where you can have every base scouted and know where every trap is and go in and just floor it. No, in CWL, you have no chance of scouting the base. You have no chance of knowing what's in their clan castle, where are the Teslas, where are the giant bombs. No, no, no. You have to just go in and hope for the best. And that's what makes these attackers great, is that they can adapt on the fly and do their very best for their clan. And actually kicking over, we have Cass, hopefully doing the best for his clan against the number 7 base. And look at this, we actually have a bowler witch combination. We haven't seen a whole lot of that going forward so far in the CWL. Queen Walk, bow witch.
Moving in up at the top position here, around 11 o'clock, that Queen on defense is going down, and that's a good start for Cass so far. Attacking the number 7 defender from 70s and 80s. It's going to be a difficult one here. You see a lot of spread out air defenses. That's probably a good indication for why Cass chose not to go for the Lava Loon attacking combination. You also see a lot of spread out Wizard Towers and multi-Inferno, so that's going to rule out the miners. But Bow Witch is fantastic against these bases that are really, really super spread out. They have a lot of hit points, and especially when those healers are helping keep them alive in the core there, you can see them tearing through these defenses. Jump spells helping out a tremendous amount as well. Those walls are not easy to get through, Klaus.
I love how early he is throwing down these jump spells. I'm just sitting there and admiring that. He knows exactly where his troops are going to go and where he wants them to go by throwing down these jumps early. They last a minute or more. You've got plenty of time to throw them down, lead your troops into where you want them to go, and it looks like this attack is looking really good, actually. I mean, you got a couple of witches out on the outside with some healers, kind of clearing out the right-hand side. You have the Queen trying to break through some walls, which is typical, but once she gets out of the walls, she's going to be absolutely unstoppable, there you go, into this base. And actually, well, I can see that jump spell lasted forever. It's going to lead the Queen all the way into possibly this Inferno Tower compartment. This is looking good.
This is the most crushing victory that we've seen so far in Clan War Leagues. Cass has absolutely demolished this base. Don't even worry about that little troll Tesla in the bottom corner. You can see Cass actually has kept his Archer Queen's Royal Cloak ability this whole time. One of the most powerful offensive moves that you can use, that Royal Cloak. Didn't even need it for this entire base. All those witches still alive on the bottom, archers and bowlers swarming. This is definitely a candidate for MVP later today. I think Cass has done an amazing job at destroying this number 7 defender and earning all 3 stars.
Wow, we have the 3-star on the map here behind us. See? Isn't that nice? Yes,
well
Cass
done.
with a 3-star Queen Walk bow, which, you know, Cass is actually a math teacher in real life, and he just taught that base a lesson.
Definitely did. Up on the top left, he's getting the high marks for this early hit. Wall Wrecker making it straight to the Town Hall, and a beautiful free spell catching that CC and several of those defenses. Cass has earned 3 more for One Hive and put them at 13 stars total. Still behind 70s and 80s, but they have a lot of attacks remaining left today. We're going to see the number 10 attacker now. Pain Rain is going to be moving in next, Klaus.
That's right, so they only need 15 more stars to tie, 16 more stars to beat 70s and 80s today. So it's looking really, really good. They've got 9 attacks left. If all 9 of those 3-star, that's 27 more, and that will be 40 stars possible for them today. And a record, since yesterday they had 32, I'm really excited to see some more 3-stars.
Multi-mortar, interesting to note, over in that left side compartment, just killed one of those wizards. Bit unfortunate for Pain Rain, losing about on a lot of offensive firepower there to try to remove those trap structures. We're going to see the Queen Walk continue though with a rage spell to help keep the healers on task and healing that Archer Queen as much as they can. That cannon going down super quick, and we finally have the CC pull there. Nice poison spell, Klaus.
That poison spell, that rage spell, that queen ability, all going against the tide here. We have an air sweeper really putting the hurt on that queen. Fortunately, that CC does go down. Now she's got to get through that sweeper. That's the biggest issue right now, Woody, is that sweeper. She can get it down, or the eagle. Hey, that's a bonus. She can get that eagle down before it shoots any of the Laloon, and we're in really good shape here. Unfortunately, I don't know. Is that queen gonna? Nope. I was about to say I think the healers took too much heat the entire time, and even when all the defenses were down, Queen just couldn't keep it together there.
Yeah, you can see a really clever split on those expos in that bottom left compartment over there. One set to ground and one set to air, really giving Pain Rain a difficult time at keeping the healers up and the Archer Queen up at the same time. Nevertheless, that right side of the base has been completely demolished, and we're now moving over to the left side. Rage spell and haste spell, getting those balloons as close as they can to their desired destination. Tornado sucking them all in, though, Klaus.
Wow, the merry-go-round is active right now. Those balloons are going to have to figure themselves out here, but it's still looking really good. That Expo will go down. The Inferno, now it's only the Archer Tower that's going to be able to stop
and
this.
Those skeletons,
and they came right in time.
Those freaking skeletons are just murdering the balloons. Someone do something about these skeletons, please.
Oh, well, we need some. Wow, look at that. He's got 2 hastes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, he is swagging spells. He is taking names, and I'm pretty confident that this is not only going to be the 3-star, but the overwhelming swag 3-star, making the pain rain.
Beautiful, beautiful job by Pain Rain. You know, those skeletons can cause some trouble, and almost all those balloons were going down toward the end, but still plenty of pups and minions left to clean up the rest of that base. And Pain Rain with the second 3-star today is going to be taking it home for One Hive.
Man, I love that animation. It just makes the 3-star even more fun because I get to like look and dance around a little bit. It's awesome. Well done.
My favorite part is when that little perfect pops up.
Oh yeah,
Destroy the entire base. It goes perfect.
It's really a compliment. It's like, hey, you did that pretty well. In fact, you were perfect. And that's what Pain Rain's attack was. I mean, he had 2 spells left over. He didn't even need them. I need all of mine and then some to try to do something like that. So
even get 2 stars.
Very impressive.
I've seen you attack before. Sometimes you're just crossing your fingers at that 49% mark, hoping you get 1 more in building.
Oh yeah. But blindfold, spammed everything, and then just look and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get better, but you know, One Hive hasn't taught me that well yet. I need to get I need to get Cass to teach me some things.
Well, Cass did teach you quite a few lessons there, but we've got some more lessons on the way. Next time from Jelio, the number 9 attacker from One Hive, going to be running in this time with mass miners. Of course, you see that there is, once again, another little spread in the troop compartment there. We've got an army that includes a baby dragon, 3 balloons, a bowler. Each troop has its ideal use case, and this time it looks like we're actually going to be starting off early here with the Battle Blimp taking some balloons straight into the center to try to finish off that Inferno Tower. They get the job done and pull the CC out.
Wow, so this CC is one of the few that I've seen so far with witches, and this is extremely dangerous for the Queen Walk. Definitely not something that they were expecting, though you know that they're planning for the worst and expecting the plan to go perfectly here. But you have to get the witch under the poison spell, and it has to be under the poison spell for a long enough period of time. So it's dangerous, but it looks like it might be.
Baby Dragon clutched it there and finished off one of the witches that was inside the walls.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm very grateful for that Baby Dragon, because if it weren't for that Baby Dragon, that Queen would have gotten stuck on both witches, and it would have been rough. So Jelio really lucked out there. Really happy for Jelio. Now we got the King on the Town Hall, and 27 miners.
That's a lot of them. We'll see where Jelio chooses to place them. Oh my goodness, the Giga Bomb goes off and does a lot of damage to those attacking Barbarians, but can't quite finish them off just yet. The Queen Walk will continue over on the right side of the base. She's going to be going for quite a while. There's not very many defenses that can challenge her supremacy over there, but here come the miners digging underground and headed toward the center of the base. They really need to take out that Eagle Artillery as quickly as possible, and to keep them alive a little bit longer, here comes the heal spell. Jelio is going for the gold here, Klaus.
Oh, all those miners up into the core. Heal spell. That Queen goes down. There is a tornado spell. Hey, miners, they don't care about tornado spell. They live underground. It's all good. They got their own built-in bunker. So what they're going to do is go under, they don't care, and then they're going to keep on wiping through this base. Now, we need to see at least a few miners go up toward that Eagle Artillery, otherwise this attack is going to get absolutely stunted. He does, however, have another heal spell, so I'm pretty sure that we're going to see the Eagle Artillery go down. The majority of the miners who are actually on the outside will make their way around this corner, and likely, I would say he's going to hold his heal until that Wizard Tower up there on the top left-hand side of your screen.
Probably a good call there. Unfortunately, once again, you saw those miners splitting up. Definitely not what Jelio was hoping for. Trying to keep them a little bit more focused and on task is definitely beneficial. Nevertheless, one more final heal spell going to be used like you said, on that Wizard Tower to keep them active and healthy. That splash damage from the Wizard Tower can present a major threat. Same thing from that multi-inferno. They definitely don't like going up against those things, so Grand Warden has a few hit points left. He goes down a little early. Oh, and the Giant Bomb is going to be the final nail in the coffin for this attack. Wow, running out of time as well. Jelio with a great start here, but couldn't follow up. Those miners just not able to get the job done. A little bit of chip damage outside, and 80 is the total damage for that attack class.
I mean, that's a fantastic percentage, but did you see 5 Giant Bombs in the middle? 5 Giant Bombs in one spot. I'm telling you, this clan, they colluded. They're like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put all of our Giant Bombs in one spot. And that's rough. It's really hard to defend against.
Yeah, it really does do a lot of damage to those miners and Hog Riders if One Hive ever chooses to go for that. But here we can see the early stages of the attack with the Barbarian King knocking down that Town Hall. An early good start here, but clearly 70s and 80s has got their mind on the task of preventing 3 stars. They're giving away their Town Halls, and that's just something that comes along with the territory of being one of the top clans in the world. You know that anyone can grab 2 stars from you, but can they get all 3?
Sebix going in now. He had the one of 2 3-stars in yesterday's war. He was also one of the honorable mentions at the end of the live stream there. He's also a student in Prague, so you know he's actually studying these bases. You know that for sure. But Sebix, we're really looking forward to seeing, hopefully, another 3-star out of him. Because we all know that he's very capable. Again, he was in the first season of CWL over here in ESL Arena here. And it's like his Queen Walk is in trouble. If the Queen doesn't realize that Baby Dragon is there, all those healers are done for, and it's done. No. It's done. The Queen Walk is done. Ouch.
Queen loses all her healers, and just like you said, Sebix is going to be in a lot of trouble now. He does still have the Queen. She's going to take a few more pop shots at the defending structures in the top left side of the space, but that is not the value he was looking for there. Spamming wall breakers out on the outside edge to try to give her a little bit more time to make it into that first compartment and maybe deal a little bit more damage here, but she does pull the CC Lava Hound. Okay, that's another good little step here. Kind of everything you can get out of this Queen is really important, and after he lost his healers, yeah, he's just got to hope that he can do as much damage as possible to this Lava Hound, because there's not a whole lot on that army that's going to be able to take it out. Nevertheless, the 2-star is still within reach here. Barbarian King soaking some of the damage as these balloons make their way into the Town Hall. Aren't able to quite take it down. It's going to have to commit some more resources to the bottom of this base, and with that Eagle Artillery hammering away, he is got to be racking his mind to figure out what is the best way to continue with this attack. Of course, you always have a plan when you start, but that sometimes changes once things go wrong.
That's right. I would have loved to have seen that Queen get lucky and get that air defense at the top, and unfortunately that wasn't the case here. So Sebix still going with his plan. He had a plan. I don't know if his plan included the baby dragon wiping out his healers at the beginning of the attack.
Probably not.
He's still going to continue going with the plan as it calls for, because he's already got the 2-star. So now the idea is get as much percentage as possible, and if extremely lucky, get the 3. But now at this point, I mean, there's an air defense, there's an enemy queen, there's an X-bow, there's 2 wizard towers, there's 2 sweepers, and no spells. I'm pretty sure that the chance of the 3-star is pretty much infinitesimal at this point. Now it is all about gathering percentage, which he's definitely capable of doing. 70% right now, and a lot of trash buildings on the outside that could definitely pile up here.
Yep, stacking out that builder side. You might get an army camp toward the bottom, but looking like he's not going to be able to push into that 80% just yet. Sebix with another 16 seconds to try to get some damage in here, and 75%. It's a good, solid, decent hit, but obviously you can see the core anti-air structure is still up in the base. We've got an air defense up top, an air sweeper, actually both of the air sweepers still up, an archer queen. That's spelled doom for Sebix's attack. When you're playing with Lalo, you're playing with fire, and you can set an entire base ablaze, but one thing goes wrong and you can lose your whole attack as well.
That's right. Lalo, definitely one of those attack strategies where you're going to get the 3-star and it's going to be beautiful, or it's all going to fall apart because one little thing. That's like the potential of Lalo, but it's also a very inflexible attack. Once one thing goes wrong, you're kind of up a steep hill without a paddle.
Well, there you just saw the Town Hall going down once again. The Barbarian King getting some work in there. That big sword swing's pretty heavy, and the Town Hall can do its best to defend with that new Giga Tesla up on top, but can't beat the Barbarian King, not this time, and not really hardly any time. We're going to take a look at the next attack. It's going to be coming on in from Eric very shortly. Klaus, do you have any last thoughts on that last attack before we move on?
I would have loved Sebix to have gotten a 6-pack in his first 2 attacks. You know, it's a 3-star yesterday, a 3-star today. But, you know, it is what it is. Somebody will take up the slack. Somebody is going to pick it up if you drop it in these types of wars. That's why it's a team game. You can't take it all on your shoulders. What is it? What's the expression? Many hands makes for a light load. So that is something to consider. If something goes wrong in your attacks, somebody else is there to pick it up for you. It is all good. Do not
They got
worry.
your back. Yeah, if things don't go so well, don't worry. That's why there's 15 members in this Clan War League. But not only that, afterwards, even beforehand, when you're planning your attack, 15 brains are better than 1. And oftentimes you hear these guys late on Discord or just chatting with their friends, trying to figure out the best way to attack a base, drawing out plans. I've been here obviously for over a week now, when we were watching the last clan doing a lot of work in the planning stages to try to make their attacks work. But let's jump in here to Eric now. What are we looking at, Klaus?
Well, Eric, a active duty in the U.S. Navy.
Reservist? Is he active duty, really?
Yes, active duty. So it's incredible. I mean, this guy, he's a soldier, and he's also an expert 3-star attacker. So I'm really, really excited to see how this one goes down. He's also a power lifter. I wouldn't want to mess with this guy. I definitely would not want to be the defender in this attack. And he's actually coming in with another Queen Walk Bow Witch. And something to consider, Queen Walk Bow Witch was the attack strategy used to 3-star earlier today. So, is that a good omen for Eric? I would like to say yes.
Well, little birdie in my ear just told me and confirmed that he was active for 9 years, is now in the reserves, but clearly he is a master of war now with 52% and that 2-star secured. Eric is trying to move in hard and heavy with that burly base crushing attack in the center. Those bowlers dealing a ton of damage to the defensive structures, but still have quite a few more to go with. And with that fanning out, you can definitely see them starting to lose steam here. That Lava Hound in the center providing a big distraction for Eric's forces, and unfortunately, with an Inferno Tower still up on the left side, that's going to be pretty difficult to get through. In his favor, though, he still does have that Royal Cloak ability for his Archer Queen, and quite a few troops kind of circling around at the outside of the base over here. This could be a close one, Klaus.
He has still a free spell, and he still has the Queen's ability. So is there the potential of this attack going his way? I've seen Bow Witch attacks that I have called off, I would say, no, there's no way that this is going to be the 3-star. And then all of a sudden, something goes the right direction for the attacker, and it's a 3-star. So you never know. I think this, if anything, it's going to be this single targeting Inferno that's going to cause the problems here. If the Queen can turn around and get, actually that Inferno's outside of her range, so it's going to have to come down to the bowlers and the witches, but they cannot hit that Inferno tower from the outside. So it's going to all come down to this Inferno. It would not surprise me if this was a 99% 2-star here.
Now, fortunately for Eric, those witches are spawning a lot of skeletons, makes it very difficult for the Inferno to be able to finish them all off, but unfortunately, dang, he just lost a witch there. That is not what you want to see, especially with only 17 seconds left. The bowlers are doing their best to crush this base, but yeah, that single target Inferno is still out of reach, and it's looking like this is going to be one of the closest 2-stars so far, a 98% now, even closer than the last one. Could turn into 99 if that Barbarian King altar goes down, and oh my God. I can't believe it, Klaus. At the final moment, Eric's attack just starts to wither, and with that last Inferno tower up, it's a 2-star.
99%. I still want to go like this and see like. I want to see it. I want to see it. Oh man. Well, Eric really put on the heat there with that 99% 2-star. An excellent entry into this base, but I think that the kill blow here was all of the troops. They went in well, but then they spread out on the way out, and whenever they're spread out, they're not taking out buildings as fast. The spells aren't as efficient because they're only hitting a portion of the troops instead of all the troops, and things just went downhill fast. So unfortunate, 99%, a single Inferno holding it up there. Ooh, it hurts, but hey, still a fantastic attack and great percentage.
And hey, if that had been a multi-Inferno, that attack would have been a 3-star, no questions asked. That Archer Queen would have had no difficulty making it eventually around to take out that Inferno tower, but set the single, she had no chance. We're moving into the next attack now, though. We've got JC using a lava loon push once again. No healers in this army comp, though. The Queen's just going to have to do her job on her own, but an interesting use of the Inferno Dragon with Clone Spell in there to try to get some damage dealt. Probably not as much as JC was hoping for, though, Klaus.
Yes, absolutely. Now, something to consider, JC was the MVP yesterday with that epic 3-star, really putting on a clinic there. So really excited to see how JC does it today. Of course, those dragons are limping over to the Queen. They think they've got this, but no, the Queen's got this. Queen's going to turn around and take them both out here in just a moment. And then what? We have the Lala. We have 3 hounds. We have 22 balloons. And of course, 10 minions. Those are for cleanup. So I'm really hoping, yeah, the Queen's going to be fine. She's going to either pop her ability and get the air defense or get the air defense and roam around to get something else. Meanwhile, we have the Lalo portion coming in from the top side. And it's going to be epic.
It certainly is. As a Philadelphia Eagles fan, JC certainly is all about those high-flying troops. And this time, with the Lava Hound going in and over in the top left, he's got a great entry into the space, soaking damage from the air defenses, and a nice spread on these balloons are walloping these defenses. Still quite a bit left to deal with here. Both air sweepers in that central compartment there are going to start pushing away these balloons. Not much to be able to take them down, though. And I got to say, JC's got a really good chance of pulling off 3 here.
There is a really good chance. If this Queen at the bottom can take out the cannon, then the Queen she's going to get the air defense, and now it's all up to the balloons to wipe out 2 air targeting defenses. One of them is a wizard tower, though. That's dangerous, very, very dangerous. But it is not going to be too much for the balloons. We're going to be able to wipe them out, and I believe that is going to be the 3-star.
Well, that's going to do it. Very happy so far with JC's attack. He's clearly got plenty of time left. And once again, a crushing defeat of this base of 70s and 80s. JC has done his clan proud and earned 3 stars with 100% total destruction on this base.
Wow, guys, we have the 3-star.
3. Throw them on up.
Not only was that a 3-star, but that was a 6-pack. JC 3-star yesterday, JC 3-star today. Let's see him 3-star 5 more times, get the 21 pack, it'd be amazing. It'd be like blackjack.
Does that ever happen? That didn't happen with Dark Lures, did it?
No, I don't think so. So it would be like definitely a big-time world record.
Well, he's on his way. You saw earlier on that Town Hall going down nice and early. The Queen using her long range to be able to snipe those defenses and then finish off the dragons right afterwards.
That was
They could deal a lot of damage, as we saw. Just a baby dragon finished off those healers in one of those previous attacks, but with 2 dragons up, the queen had no trouble finishing them off.
That enemy CC can be a pain, and I bet a lot of players who are maybe less experienced would have said, oh, the dragons didn't go down, the attack is over, I'm quitting, I'm closing it out, I'm rage quitting, whatever. But no, JC held his cool. He went forward with the attack strategy, knowing his queen would be able to handle those dragons in the second stage of the attack, and it ended up being a 3-star. And not only was it a 3-star, but it was a 2-minute 3-star. There was almost a full minute left on the clock.
One Hive is now within striking distance of victory. They're only 3 stars behind the 70s and 80s clan. And we see another Electron coming in strong. That's going to be a ton of damage in that top left compartment, wiping out a lot of these defenses, especially that Archer Queen. Very important to note, her going down. Sam Forever is going to be finishing up with a Lava Loon from the... What section do you think he's going to be attacking from here? I thought he was starting off, but that's actually just the kill squad in the bottom to finish off the Town Hall.
Yeah, you want to definitely ensure that you're going to get that Town Hall. That's the #1 key here. But that was the entry there was meant to take out that CC. It didn't get the Inferno Towers, but it did clear up a lot of percentage up there. So grabbing that Town Hall, using the heroes, but we have 2 sweepers still up. So the Lalo coming in from one side or the other, it doesn't matter. It's going to be influenced by the sweepers, and ultimately it's going to be a struggle, but hey, we have seen 3 stars with Lalo, and I'm really stoked to see how he's able to pull this one off. It's going to be a clockwise pull here to try to get into the core and blow on through the rest of this base. Also, one note, he did take out the enemy queen. Remember we were talking about that yesterday, right? The Lalo, you got to take out that enemy queen, and he did do that.
Got it nice and early thanks to that Electron hit from the beginning, but these balloons don't have any tanks left for them. I don't see any other Lava Hounds flying around or anything else to give them any cover. They do have that Grand Warden, but he's about to go down thanks to that Inferno Tower, and unfortunately, there's a lot left still on that left side of the base, notably those 2 Wizard Towers, which can deal massive damage to balloon clumps, and air defense now finally going down. Oof.
Wow.
Just think he ran out of steam a little bit early here. Sam Forever with a clean 2-star hit, but that last compartment on the left side still standing.
Man, I was about to say, if he had like 5 more balloons in that little section for that last haste, he might have actually got that 3-star, but unfortunately it falls just a tad short. The percentage is great though, over 70, probably going to hit 80%. That is a win.
Oh, clean 80, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good. He's got plenty of percent up there. Actually, at the top with that Tesla shooting these things down. I don't know if they're going to be successful. Actually, wait a minute. I think he held those minions until the very last moment there. Huh. So that, it's a wise thing, I think, to hold on to a few troops, even whenever everything else is deployed, just to see, like, hey, where can I accumulate some percentage here? This one's going to be an 83%, it looks like.
The last lone minion.
Go, Winion. Just win for us, minion. Be a Winion. You got this.
You love to say Winion, Klaus.
I love it. I love it. It was, Oh, he's gonna get another percentage. That is fantastic. One of the best troops in the game, the Winion.
How do I make these Winions? Where do I find them?
I don't know. They just kind of transform on the map.
Okay.
They're 84% 2-star for Sam Forever. And he laid it down. It just fell short of that 3-star there at the end, but still grabbing that 2-star. His clan actually currently only 1 star from tying and 2 stars from winning this war.
Nice crush of that Town Hall toward the bottom there. Of course, you can see those Town Halls going down left and right. As long as you're with One Hive, you're going to see Town Halls getting crushed. We haven't seen a single 1-star hit yet. But next up, we've got a replay for you from Indica. He's the #4 player from One Hive, attacking earlier today with mass miners.
We got a whole bunch of miners. We got some healers. We got some max heroes. These are Tunnel 12s duking it out for the CWL Promotion to Champion League 2. Oh man, Clan War Leagues is hot and heavy. We got 27 to 28. It's going to be epic here, guys. We have the Queen Walk starting in on that right-hand side to go in against that Town Hall, I'm assuming. So that's going to secure that 1-star. Then he's got to get just 50% to 2-star. And like we said earlier, Woody, if everybody gets 2 stars, they automatically win.
That's true, yeah. Well, the 70s and 80s only got 28, so if all 15 attacks from One Hive are 2 stars, it doesn't take a math genius to figure out that would be 30. Sufficient for the victory here. Indicate is an American just like us, and for his favorite attack, he loves going with the Queen Charge and using miners. So he is using his favorite attack here. He's in his element, he's in the zone. Unfortunately, he's taking a bit of damage out the right side with that Queen, but the healers are up to the challenge to keep her alive.
Indicate also in snow removal and landscaping. So you can imagine he sees bases like this and he decides, you know what, I'm just going to clean this thing up.
Yeah, let's flatten this
Let's
landscape.
do my job. Yeah, let's do my job. Let's do some terraforming here and just completely wipe it out. And, you know, that's probably his goal for every attack, especially being a member of OneHive. But this Queen Walk got a lot of value. Let's just note that, all right? Queen Walk got the Town Hall, got the CC, grabbing him an X-Bow. That's,
might have been a tad late on that rage spell, though, forced to use that Royal Cloak ability to keep the Queen alive. It's better than losing her, but certainly you would expect that Indica was hoping to use that ability a little bit later. Those rage spells are very precious for these attacks, especially to try to keep that Queen up. And we do actually see a bowler or not a bowler, excuse me, Golem in the center there, trying to soak a little bit of damage for the Queen and keep her alive even longer. But the main attack is now underway. Those miners in the top right corner, Klaus.
Oof, so that Queen almost makes it into the base to take out another section of Expos and air defenses down there. Unfortunate wall breaker fail there, or wall wrecker fail. King up the top to create the second half of the funnel, then the miners coming in down the middle. You're going to see a ton of miners heal, and actually a rage spell. You rarely see raged miners, but hey, they do a ton of damage as they start clearing out the key defenses. You always have, it seems, the key defenses in the core. Eagle Artillery, Infernos, things like that, and you got to get through those things quick. So you're seeing that here, but what's going to be interesting is the pathing for these miners. They're going to get the Eagle, hopefully. They're going to get the Clan Castle, and then where are they going to go? They don't really have a lot of choices besides to ring around the Rosie toward the double Expo there, but how are they going to get back over here toward the Inferno? That's the question. It looks like they're going to keep going around the trash.
I don't think
on
it's
the
going to
outside.
happen, Klaus. I think they're going to run into a little bit too much trouble in that bottom right compartment. You were hoping for that Golem to be able to block for that Archer Queen so that she could clear out these structures so that the miners wouldn't even have to go here in the first place. But without her help, I think the Indica ran into a little bit of trouble early on in the attack. Still, of course, going to be able to clear that 75% and wallop in the biggest section of this base. I mean, clearing out all but one of the compartments, and there's some trash buildings on the outside, but still too many defenses for these miners to be able to handle, and that's going to be 76% in the end.
76% is definitely no small number, though. It was a good attack. It all came down to like one little half second of that wall wrecker not getting through the wall, preventing the Queen from getting in there. Very unfortunate for that, but hey, that Queen did grab that Town Hall. That is the ultimate goal there. Grab that 1 star and set up the funnel, set up the stage for those miners to be directed straight into the core.
Well, we've got 3 more attacks for you today. OneHive is competing in their second Clan War League, and on the second day of this league, our third from last attacker is going to be Alex86. We saw Alex move in yesterday. Did pretty well. I'm trying to remember if he got 2 or 3 stars. Help me out with that if you seem to recall. But nevertheless, he only took 1 star on defense, so he clearly is great at building those bases up. We're waiting for him to move in, which should happen any moment right now, but Klaus, what would be your strategy toward the end of this war? You're only 1 star behind 70s and 80s. What are you thinking with those final 3 attacks?
Well, you asked. Alex got an 88% 2-star last time, so I'm expecting big things out of Alex.
Yeah.
But also the strategy going forward, obviously, they need to continue getting those secure 2 stars because these stars don't only count for today, but count for forever. But personally, I would like to see some big-time 3-star strategies here. I want to see, not that that's not what they're doing, but go a little risky. They know they're going to win. They know they're going to get the bonus of the 10 stars at the end. So why not try some? I don't know. I haven't seen enough Electro Dragons in this live stream. I like my Electro Dragons, I'm just saying. But they know better, of course.
Well, I got a bone to pick with this defender number 26 from the 70s and 80s clan. Hasn't maxed out his collectors yet. What are you doing? Come on, get him maxed out. I'm trying to farm here. Well, I guess Alex has got his mind on stars at this point. Going to wipe through the bottom right section of the space. Heroes making a big dent over there, and the main phase of this attack starting off now. It's the Electro Dragons!
Wow, you know what's funny? I was saying all that, didn't even look. I should have looked. I would have been like, wait, we need to see Electro Dragons. Oh, well, here's some Electro Dragons. Yeah, so here we go. some of the most epic, overpowered, and epic.
Well, not overpowered necessarily.
Well, they're overpowered.
They deal a lot of damage, but they take up a lot of troop space too.
That is true. That is very, very true. And I'm saying OneHive using them, I'm pretty sure they're incredibly powerful. We have ourselves a bunch. All of the Electro Dragons actually, they're in the core in one little spot, and they're focusing, unfortunately, on that Lava Hound's Lava Pups. So that is a huge stunt on the attack there because they're not doing the chain damage, the chain lightning through the base to wipe out buildings. So we're seeing a heal on the Electro Dragons. I think that's kind of like a last-ditch effort to try to get them to stay alive long enough to do a little more percentage. But man, one little stinking Lava Hound really slowed us down here.
slowed him down, and you know that air sweeper is causing a lot of problems as well. Electro Dragons go very slowly, and all that damage that they deal can only be helpful if they're within range to deal it in the first place. Of course, you see these lightning spells getting dropped as soon as the Electro Dragons go down. That's just a nice little side benefit that you have at the end there, a little lanyap if you were from Baton Rouge, we call that. But even with that gift of lightning, Thor's Thunder cannot defeat this number 26 defender. And we're just going to be watching Grand Warden for 50 seconds wander around the right edge of the space class.
Wow. So this Grand Warden will come into clutch here, grabbing at least another couple of percentage points.
Is
but
that
air defense.
Can we call that clutch, really?
I really think it's clutch. Every
right.
percentage matters, man. We gotta take it where we get it. You know, I think it's fun watching the cannons just sit there and go, hey, stop shooting me. But they can't do anything about it. He's floating, man. He is a floating fiend. And it is going to be until this moment. The air defense shows up, and he's done.
Well, it was a nice run, Mr. Grand Warden, but with those additional 2 stars, One Hive now has 29 stars. It's my pleasure to report that they are now ahead of 70s and 80s, and 70s and 80s can't catch up. They've used all their attacks, so that's it. One Hive has won the war, but the last 2 attackers, the strongest hitters for One Hive, are still remaining. Can they get those 3 stars that we're looking for?
If they are able to 3-star both of their attacks, then they will finalize this attack or this war with 35 stars. So far, yesterday they got 32. Now we're looking to get more than that. Continue to press, continue to push the envelope here, and see if they can make it up into 40. Now that would be a big thing. Of course, like we said earlier, yeah, not today. It's just not going to happen today. Mathematically impossible, but one day, hopefully, within these next 5 or 6 days,
it's not going to happen.
Oh, it might happen. You never know.
I'm
a believer
on that one.
I'm a believer.
Look, in order to get 40, they would have to get 3 stars on 10 bases and 2 stars on the other 5 bases.
Hey, it's possible. They're One Hive. They do what they do, man.
All right, I'll believe it when I see it. Level 8 Pidgey's coming in next. The penultimate attacker, we could say, for One Hive. Going to be starting off with Hog Riders. I'm glad we got this chance to see the Hog Riders here, but also a lot of bowlers and a golem. This is kind of an atypical attack for top-level play. Not a completely unknown strategy, Klaus. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about it.
Absolutely. So here we have the Hog attack, and he's leading this attack in. Notice his base, by the way. There's just an epic corridor in the middle, no walls. He's going to be able to send his Wall Wrecker, Golem, King, Queen, bowlers, everything down the core, possibly even get that Town Hall. Meanwhile, bowler's going to hit stuff on the other side of the walls, bounce damage, going to destroy everything there. And ultimately, you're going to see a huge gut cut out of this base. And then you can throw these lovely little Hog Riders around the outside, the little horseshoe shape that's going to be left over, and it is going to be just an absolute bombardment of troops here. Now actually, look at that. They went all the way through this base, triggering traps, the tornado trap and all of the things, and actually now the Hog's coming in on the top side of the base too. He's got a couple of heals to cover himself as well. Does he have what it takes here to grab that 3-star? I mean, look at all the giant, the troll giant bombs in the middle. I'm so glad that like the King ran into them and not the Hogs.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep your Hog Riders away from those giant bombs. They deal a ton of damage to those porcine attackers. Still have quite a few of them over on the right side there. Hammering away at these cannons. They don't cause too much trouble for the Hog Riders. I think the last major difficulty here is going to be that Wizard Tower, but he still has 1 heal spell left. If he manages to use it there, then we should be just fine.
Drop the heal. I'm looking at my monitor saying, drop the heal, man. But he got it. He got through that Wizard Tower super well. Now, all he needs to heal for is to take out the Inferno. He was thinking ahead. I wasn't.
Look, if he catches a bomb here, he's going to be thanking his lucky stars he held onto that heal. Well, no bombs in that bottom compartment there, but nevertheless, could have prevented ultimate catastrophe if there had been some bombs down there.
Oh, and the balloons at the end, I didn't see it. I was like, I'm not sure these Hogs are going to make it, but the balloons at the end are going to give level 8 Pidgey an epic 3-star here. I don't think anything is going to slow this thing down. If the Hogs were to run into an unfortunate giant bomb like you were saying, the balloons got this now.
Absolutely. Great positioning of all the attacking troops here, and with just enough oomph at the end to be able to claim that 3rd star. Level 8 Pidgey has done it. We hyped him up, and he lived up to the hype. 100% destruction.
Absolutely 100%. That is a 3-star. And not only did he 3-star, but he really took advantage of the weakness of that base. I mean, it was wide open in the core, went in there with that Wall Wrecker heroes, and they did so much damage, like 50% before the hogs actually came in. That is a recipe for success there. And I bet you level 8 Pidgey is pretty excited to have gotten another 3-star for his clan.
Just like Sherman's March to the Sea, those heroes crushing through that base, cutting it like a hot knife through butter. And there wasn't a whole lot left to stop those Hog Riders toward the end. But we have one more last attack before things are closing out. We're going to go see it now. Kimmy, the #1 player, the queen bee of One Hive, is moving in again.
Wow, so that was the 4th 3-star. You're saying 10's impossible. No, they got 4 this war, and they're just getting started. So we'll see
4's
how
not
things
even
go.
half of 10. Come on, Klaus.
This
You'll
could be-
put money on it?
This could be 5. This could be 5,
bet
and that's
no
halfway.
clan in this entire league is going to get 40 stars this war.
You want to
This
bet?
entire league.
You want to bet 2,000 gems
Yeah.
on Twitter?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take that bet.
Let's bet 2,000 gems from Supercell on Twitter. Be
Okay.
sure and go vote on the polls, by the way. So Kimmy actually got, I believe, 83% 2-star yesterday. So definitely looking to improve on that. Get that 5th 3-star, Kimmy. You got this. I'm really going for you here. I'm really cheering for you. The CC was lured. 2 dragons on their way. They will tack onto that king who's got like 5 million HP, so it's all good. Poison spell down, and that queen will single-handedly pick those babies off. And I really want to see that queen, the enemy queen, go down soon. Come on, girl.
Kimmy, a Canadian by birth, originally from Toronto, now lives in Vancouver. She has got no apologies for this heavy-handed attack now. Lava Hounds, 3 of them, in triplicate to support 9 balloons each for a total of 27. But what's this queen doing up on the top? I'm trying to figure out if she's going to be able to... Oh my god, she's chasing these skeletons.
Wow.
Bad queen, bad.
What was that, queen? Really, what was that? All right, so we have an Electrone here. We got Electro Dragon into Blimp coming out, cloned, Rage, and Freeze. That Town Hall will go down right here and now. There you go.
Kaboom.
And now the Lalo portion. That the little like hero dive at the beginning, so you got the enemy queen and the CC. And they already got the Town Hall. So this is the recipe for success for Lalo. Really, really open for that 5th 3-star today. Is it gonna happen? It's looking good so far.
Couple of haste spells and 1 heal still in tow. Kimmy's got what she needs to be able to get these balloons onto target, but can she keep them up? There's still an air defense in the top left compartment. Lava Hound going to soak some damage over there to try to keep them alive a little bit longer. We've got a Grand Warden who's getting low on hit points, but he uses the ability just in time. Those balloons are invincible under his life aura, and it looks like he's going to have just about enough to keep them floating toward that final compartment.
Ouch. I was actually watching that Warden.
no!
Yes, I was hoping the Warden wouldn't die early, but he's just in the wrong spot. That's just ultimately what happened there. He was in the wrong spot. He was forced to use his Eternal Tome ability early, and ultimately I think that if this attack goes downhill, which it looks like it is, I mean, we have a million air skeleton traps just ramping on these balloons. Look at this. We had so many balloons that they're gone already. It's not right, man.
Look, I don't want to blame
right.
that single target Inferno for wiping out this attack, but finishing off that Grand Warden was a big hindrance toward Kimmy's attempts to try to claim 3 stars here. Still, it's 77%, whether you're looking at it forward or backwards, and that's a great finish for our clan war today. One Hive has secured victory, and with 34 stars, has improved over their performance yesterday.
Wow, so yes, that Electrone heading in, wiping out that Town Hall. It was kind of close, actually. It took several shots. That was the securing of that 1-star. Remember the hero dive at the top, taking out that the enemy queen, the CC, and then the Lalo. It was a good attack, but unfortunately that Grand Warden just kind of stumbled into enemy territory. And now I'm not going to say that's the only reason that attack went downhill, but it was a pretty big reason why that attack went downhill. You got to take care of every single piece. Like we've been saying, Lalo, huge potential, but pretty risky.
Look, some attacks are built for performance in the long term. Some are really designed to strike and hit hard, use that Grand Warden ability right off the bat and finish things off. But this time, Cass couldn't hold, excuse me, who was our last attacker? Kimmy couldn't hold on to it until the very end. Bit of a Freudian slip there. Why don't we go ahead and announce our MVP now? Try to guess who it is. We're about to see the attack from our MVP today, starting very shortly.
Starting very shortly.
Very shortly.
Right now. We have,
as in immediately. You're going to see it again. Here it comes.
There it is. All right, so we have the MVP, which was Cass. Yes, Cass with an epic epic 3-star.
Yeah.
I mean, like, for real, it was epic. I'm really looking forward to seeing this replay again here, Woody. So we have the Queen Walk starting in from the left-hand side. The baby dragon in front of that Queen Walk, forcing her, taking out the trash buildings to make her go up. And the balloons up from the top actually triggering some Seeking Air Mines, taking out some of them Teslas, those tricky Teslas. I'm going to say those troll Teslas. And it's going to be coming in with the Bow Witch. This was the first 3-star, I believe, of the day, and it was incredible.
The quietest 3-star yet I've heard. I don't even hear that Archer Queen attacking, but you know that she's dealing some great damage in there on the top left side of that base, going for a long walk. She clearly likes long walks around this base, and as she makes her way around, is dealing a ton of damage, wiping that that smile off the face of the enemy queen for starters.
Absolutely. Now, as we watch this, notice how Cass is able to project and see ahead of where to put the jump spells. I remember saying that at the beginning when we saw this live, jump spell going in front of the troops. The second jump spell, which lasts a long time, I mean, in relation to all the other things that happen in the game, the jumps last forever. So there you go. The second jump is already down before the first level of defenses are taken down. So it's kind of like Cass is saying, go here, come on, go here. Cass is clearly in control of this attack, knowing exactly how his troops are going to behave, especially if the jump spells are there leading them through.
Here you can hear and witness the destruction once again. Cass's army just pulverizing the top right section of the space. You can kind of see how these compartments are structured, so that Cass didn't even really have to worry about that bottom left section over there. That multi-target Inferno is not going to cause very much trouble for this Archer Queen, who's still up and running throughout this entire attack, running along the top left side and then cutting straight to the bottom right. She has got to be the MVP of this MVP attack, the Archer Queen. Long may she reign.
The double MVP. Is that what you're saying? The double MVP? I mean, she took to that jump twice. That was amazing. Hairpinning back, going in back into the base, getting that Inferno, who if she hadn't have done that, if she hadn't have gone for that Inferno, then this attack would have went completely differently. I mean, he's got plenty of time, so I think possibly they would have gotten through the wall, but the fact that the Queen kind of bounced back in, didn't have to go through 2 walls, you only had to go through 1, really cut down on the attack time, and transition to a 3-star here.
Absolutely, that Troll Tesla getting knocked down there at the bottom left nothing for this attack to hope for. 100% 3-star. Cass knocked it out of the park with that one. Very well done.
Absolutely. Dude, Cass really showed that pace who's boss, and you gotta love seeing the 3-stars. You gotta love seeing the variety too. We didn't see a whole lot of Bow Witch, but that Bow Witch did the deed.
It did indeed do the deed. Well, let's step back for a minute here. We're going to go over to our Twitter account and check the results of our first poll, in which we asked, what is Woody's favorite attack strategy? Over at Clash of Clans, you had a chance to vote on 4 different options. One of them was my favorite attack strategy. If you retweeted, you had a chance to win 2,000 gems. But now it's time to reveal the answer. Klaus, would you do the honors?
Lalo, Bow Witch, Goblins and Wall Breakers, Queen Walk Miner. Which one is it? I'll tell you which one it is not. It is. What?
I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even know. You need to tell me.
Oh, it's Lalo.
What?
I hope they can't hear it. It's Lalo.
Okay. Lalo! Lalo! Lalo. Amazing attack. We've seen so many good ones in this war. Why do you love Lalo?
I think that Lalo is one of the most skilled, takes a lot of time to be able to set up that sort of attack. It goes in heavy from the skies rather than trying to rely on, miners and hog riders, which can split directions, and you got to get your heal spells ready at the exact right moment for them. I don't like it. I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather just do a nice little Queen Walk, take out a few defenses, eliminate the CC troops, knock down the Archer Queen if you can, and then build the massive wave that just floats across. The sky is turning red as the base turns into rubble. Lalo is the correct answer. Only 18% of the votes got that right.
18 people in the world voted for that. I think the majority was actually Queen Walk Miner last time I looked. Oh. So that's a really good strategy too,
yeah.
But it's not his favorite.
I do like Queen Walk specifically. So, whether it's Queen Walk Lalo or whatever it is. Don't have to worry about it. But the second sort of question, do you have that?
Yeah.
Andy?
So not only are we going to be talking about Woody's favorite attack strategy, but we also have a second Twitter poll. So if you weren't around for the beginning, or maybe you forgot, go check out the Twitter at Clash of Clans. Answer these polls for a chance to win 2,000 gems.
You gotta retweet.
Second, and retweet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Woody.
For a chance to win 2,000.
You got to spread the love out there. You know what I'm saying? So the question that you need to answer is, how many leagues are in Clan War leagues? And the answer choices are 1, I don't remember, 6, 12, or 18. Now, if you've been paying attention, which, you know, I hope you have been, then we've actually said this several times in the previous streams. If you haven't seen those yet, go watch them, get the answer, or you can just kind of go into the game and figure it out yourself. But yes, the answer will be revealed shortly.
Certainly will. Of course, you've only got a chance to compete in Clan War Leagues once per month, and it does run for an entire week, but they are structured to make sure that your clan is matched up against clans of a similar caliber, and in order to do that, the clans are subdivided into different little sub-leagues. So how many are there? Go ahead and vote, retweet, and you got a chance to win. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of the honorable mentions today. We had a couple of different attacks that we were thinking might qualify for our MVP status. One of them you'll see right now.
The honorable mention MVP, looking forward to seeing JC, the MVP of yesterday, getting some love. He had a 3-star yesterday, a 3-star today, and let's see the brilliance unfold. It is a Lalo, hey, in honor of Woody's favorite attack strategy. You like seeing this, don't you?
I sure do. Goes in, starts off strong with the battle blimp. I don't know exactly what I want to say.
Goes in hard and strong.
Hard and strong. He goes hard and strong.
Yeah, I got you.
With the battle blimp, yeah, and popping out a few troops to try to finish off some of the structures on the left side. I gotta say that start wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but JC had plenty of follow-up to keep this attack going strong. You can see the Queen over on the right side with those balloons tearing down all sorts of Tesla sorts of defenses. The Giga Tesla from the Town Hall and a few Tesla hidden Teslas that were surrounding it.
The dragons both still alive. This was the moment that I remember mentioning, hey, don't lose your cool. That enemy CC, who can destroy the attack, keep your cool. Maybe think a little bit outside the box. Say, how can I get rid of these things so they don't ruin my Lalo? And that's what JC does. He says, okay, I know the next part of the attack has my Queen. She's not getting hit by too much. She'll probably survive. She'll take out those dragons so that those dragons don't wipe out the Lalo. So that's kind of a big part, I think, something we can attribute a lot of success to for JC is that he's keeping his head cool even in these tight and honestly scary, stressful situations as millions of people watch on the Clash of Clans stream.
1 million viewers in our dreams, right? Well, nevertheless, we still have a great attack coming on in from JC. The balloons are still sweeping through the base, knocking down those air defenses, the air sweepers, leaving little for them to worry about here toward the bottom. Remember, crucially, that Archer Queen surviving after she knocks out that cannon and then finishing up the air defense right afterwards meant that there wasn't a whole lot left for JC to be worried about here. If the air defense had been able to knock out those balloons, it might have been a bit dicey toward the end, but still with plenty of lava pups and minions kind of swarming around the entire base, I think that JC probably would have still been able to get the job done here.
I think that Queen, once again, is the MVP. The double honorable mention MVP, because she came around the corner, duked it out one-on-one against that cannon, left with half a percentage point, and ended up taking out that final air defense that probably would have made that attack a lot rougher. So shout out to the Queen. You're awesome, Queen.
I like her. Yeah, she did a great job there. She pretty much always does. And it's a theme that's recurring throughout these attacks that we're really noticing that the Queen, if she's alive at the very end, is the reason why you get 3 stars. And so let's see if that holds true for our second honorable mention today. The level 8 Pidgey, one of the second to last attacks from One Hive, clearing another 3 stars as that center of the base gets cut through. Remember, one more time, we had 2 golems backing up the boulders to get the job done this time.
Level 8 Pidgey with yet another 3-star. This was the base that whenever I saw, the first thing I noticed was that giant corridor in the middle, and he absolutely exploits that base design. Some would say weakness, some would say strength if it doesn't look easy to you. But hey, when he saw this base, he said, go straight through. There's nothing stopping me. There's no wall stopping me to get to the Town Hall. And with the bowler bounce damage, under rage, you're going to get a ton of residual damage without even needing the hogs. Like, I think he gets over 50% of this base before a single hog is dropped onto the field, and he's got 22 hogs. So this is a fine example of being able to look at a base and see the weaknesses and exploit them. Use your advantages as well. Are some expos set on ground only? Then hey, an air attack might even be better. Just kind of depends on what the base is going to give you.
Well, remember that you got to use your abilities to the best of your ability and figure out when you get the most value out of them. This time we saw a big force moving through that center corridor of the base, and something surprising on defense, a lot of hidden Teslas right next to the Town Hall, which could have spelled doom for this attack. But quick thinking on the part of level 8 Pidgey kept his troops alive. That Grand Warden ability making them invincible, so that they could finish off those defenses in plenty of time. And as you can see now, not a whole lot left to stop these Hog Riders on their path over there on the right side. I gotta say, we were wondering when that last heal spell would be dropped. Klaus, it wound up, he dropped it a little bit later than we expected. It could have been used on that Wizard Tower, but I think that he was potentially maybe expecting a giant bomb, despite the fact that I guess all these giant bombs have already gone off. But yeah, nevertheless, you never know what to expect.
An attacker of this caliber knows how many giant bombs. He probably knew there wasn't, but we were just like, oh, we need to put the heal down, put the heal down. Man. He wanted his hogs to be like you said, invincible or whatever. Are we going back to Halloween? Is that what this is about? Halloween invincibility. But yes, the Hog Riders really locked down onto the 3-star. Beautiful. Yes, I'm picking on you a little bit.
No, well, it got a little spooky back there at Halloween, but still, level 8 Pidgey kept his head cool and cleared off that 100% for our second and final honorable mention today. Following this, we're going to remind you to go back onto Twitter, because that question that we just asked you a few minutes ago, we're going to clear out and give the answer now. The question was over on @ClashOfClans. The question was, how many leagues are there in the Clan War leagues? Oh yeah, it was a 3-star, by the way. Whatever. You've come to expect it from level 8 Pidgey at this point.
Yeah.
How many leagues are there in the Clan War leagues? And those answers, once again, Klaus, please.
Go to Twitter, @ClashOfClans, free gems. The answer choices were 1, 6, 12, or 18. And I'll give you 3 seconds to go vote. The answer is 18.
Dude, that was only like 2.4 seconds. What are you doing? You said you were going to give him 3. Come on now.
Sorry.
Be professional here.
Okay.
It is 18, though. You're right.
Oh, when you're on camera, it's like...
I know. It's like time just has a distorted effect sometimes.
Yes. So my apologies if I didn't give you the full 3 seconds and you're offended. But other than that, the answer is 18. There are 18 leagues. 15 of them you could have hopped into at the very beginning last month. And the other 3 are Champion Leagues 3, 2, and 1. Of course, no one's in 2 or 1 yet, but they will be shortly. It's going to be epic. By the way, if these guys win, if they're in the top 2, which we'll get to here in a moment, actually, if they're in the top 2 at the end of these 7 days, then they will be promoted to Champion League 2, where the competition is going to get even steeper.
That's absolutely right. Well, the voices in my head have told me that it was a 41% vote for the correct answer of 18. There are a lot of leagues in Clan War leagues, but speaking of that, let's go ahead and look at our favorite group right now, One Hive, competing in Champion League 3. They are at the top of their group right now in the #1 position, but they've got a couple of clans that are very, very close to catching up. They're actually tied 76 to 76, but have just got a 3% destruction advantage over their next in line.
Wow. So just looking at this match and all the matches that are happening, have 16 minutes left. There might be a few attacks that need to be gotten into, and we'll have a final look at this. But at this current moment, One Hive is on top of things with a, like you said, 3% total destruction advantage. Like that is just pure epic right there. That's neck and neck. I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup.
Well, we wrapped up that 32-star victory yesterday. Today, One Hive got 34 stars. Tomorrow, they're going to be going up against... Oh, go ahead.
Whoop, whoop.
You can say it. The Whoop Whoop.
The Whoop Whoop.
A Danish clan, I've heard, and the Whoop Whoop has been performing very, very well. They managed to get 34 stars in their first war, and today so far, they've gotten 26. Still have a little bit of time left to finish that thing off, but I'm starting to get a little bit worried about the Whoop Whoop. Nevertheless, it's going to be a great war tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central European time, so make sure to tune in and check out that battle. The rest of the matches were just there on the screen for you to enjoy, but that's just about it. Klaus, do you have anything to say before I close this thing out?
Well, boy, do I. So 4 3-stars. We're going for 10 tomorrow, right, against the Whoop Whoop. That's the big thing. There's still 5 streams to go, 5 opponents, and ultimately 2 of those will be promoted to Champion League 2. 2 of them will be demoted to Master League 1. We're not going to talk about that one, though. And it's just going to be an absolute blast looking and watching some of the greatest attacks from one of the most legendary clans of all time. Woody, thanks so much, man. Today was a blast. Casting with you is always a good time, even though you make fun of me every once in a while, but it's okay.
All the time, as much as he'll let me get away with. But, you know, 8 clans enter, 1 clan leaves. This has been the second day of the Clash of Clans Clan War League for One Hive. We've got more action coming through the rest of the week, so please stay tuned here on YouTube. Check out the last video if you missed it. Head over to Twitter @ClashOfClans if you want to vote in our polls that are going to be coming up. You get a chance to win 2,000 gems if you retweet that. But I think that's just about it. Thank you very much to everyone here in the ESL studios for running the show and keeping us on track. We'll see you again next time.
Bye.
What's up guys, my name is Scorpion, your host, and welcome to an updated version of the history of One Hive, how everything started. I'm going to try and keep the video short, sweet and straight to the point, and also a massive shout out to Jake. What up Jake? Some awesome clips playing in the background from Season 1, Season 3 finals, and also the Supercell Clan War Leagues from Season 1. One Hive was formed by a group of guys. Two of those guys were Deathwish and Scarecrow. They were originally from a clan called Buffalo Raiders, and right around the time that Clan Wars were introduced into the game, they wanted to create that new hardcore war clan. And instantly One Hive was created, and on the day the clan was created, the clan rose to 30 plus members. There came a point in which 1.0 was nearly unbeatable. After 100 wars, they had their first ever loss. The attacks that One Hive was doing back then was one step, two steps above everyone else. And during this time period, a sister clan was created. That was One Hive 2.0, and very quickly became a very strong force in the competitive war scene also. Over the years, there's been quite a few leaders of One Hive, that being the Pal, Pero, Suze, Hell on Heels, became the One Hive Prime leader in January 2017, and then became One Hive leader in October 2017. The clan family has grown quite a bit over the years. We have the Highlanders, which is run by Lord Byron, a sister clan to One Hive. We have One Hive Prime, which is run by myself. One Hive 2.0, which is run by Neon Waves. And as mentioned before, One Hive is run by Susan Hell on Heels. And of course, all clans have their own leadership teams, and we all work together. Moving into the competitive war scene, One Hive competes in CWL, Champions War League, CWL Invite, CWL Final 1. We made the final against Dark Looters. We finished second on percentage. CWL Season 3 final versus Fake WMG. Again, we came so close to winning, we lost by 2 stars. We were Season 1 Clash Cup League champions, a media organised event against the best clans in Clash. One Hive's war record, 594 wars, 479 of those being victories, 110 losses and 5 draws. What makes One Hive different to every other clan out there? We've had so many great highs over the years. Also, One Hive being a high profile clan, we've had a lot of down points. But what keeps us together is our name, One Hive. We're family, we're one, we pull together, and we're the best. We're very professional how we run the clan, and our family clans, we have a strong recruitment process which trains our recruits all the way up to our ward generals, team managers, coaches to leadership and all the roles in between. We're media friendly with YouTube channels, streamers. Twitch media has always been our strong point. One Hive now moves into a very exciting period with the introduction of Clan War Leagues. One Hive is super excited to be a part of this new league. I have some replays playing in the background from Season 1. One Hive went undefeated, winning all 7 wars, and we know there are huge challenges in Beyond 3 and beyond, and we're really looking forward to the future. I hope you guys have enjoyed this short but sweet video on the history of One Hive from the past to present, and please be sure to leave a comment down below. Peace out guys.